Right now at 6 o'clock, 2 people are dead in separate stabbing incidents in New Haven. Officers say they're still out there searching for one of the men this morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. We hope yours is off to a good start so far. Thanks for being with us, America Arias.
And I'm Bridget Bjorla. We did get some showers overnight with several reports of trees down, so be on the lookout for that as you're heading in this morning, Rachel. It was pretty loud at times, at least where I live.
Yeah, we did have some thunderstorms roll through, and those storm reports certainly coming through in parts of Milford as well as Orange, so in Fairfield County. And it came through rather quickly. As we head through the afternoon, we are going to see those improvements. Right now in spots, look at that lightning show just over the Long Island Sound. Thankfully, that's not impacting us currently, but along the I-94 corridor towards Clinton now dealing with the downpour. And then we have some of that thunderstorm activity pushing into southeastern Connecticut currently. A downpour towards Wallingford along I-91 where some earlier thunderstorm activity was. East Chatham, Chester, Lyme dealing with some rain currently too. Right now in Hartford, it looks like this. Temperatures are around 68 degrees, some light rain in spots. Winds out of the south around 3 miles per hour. We're sitting at 64 degrees in Torrington, 64 in Waterbury, and around 70 degrees in the Bridgeport area with humidity that is up this morning. But over time today, we are expected to see those improvements. So this is a bit of a transition day for us. We'll see increasing sunshine, but with that also comes the haziness too. Air quality down to moderate to this may be difficult for those that suffer from respiratory issues. So it's not a perfect forecast today, but it's certainly not bad once we get through this rain. So planning out today for you, temperatures around 83 degrees this afternoon by 4 o'clock, under a good amount of sunshine, but that will be filtered at times. 62 overnight, so clearing skies leads to a beautiful start to our morning on Friday. Friday afternoon, we're in the low 80s, and then as we head through the day on Saturday, it's a nice start to our weekend, but we are tracking those changes. We'll have more details on that coming up. Over to you.
All right, Rachel, let's take a look at the roads this morning. We were talking about those trees down in several places. For example, in Newtown, Route 302, Sugar Street is closed at Meadow Road. This is due to a tree down. Also in East Haddam, Route 149 between Nichols Road and Eli Chapman Road. That is closed due to another fallen tree due to the storms from overnight. So be on the lookout. Give yourself plenty of time. We also have an accident reported, a single vehicle crash in 84 East. This is in Waterbury. That accident, you'll find it between exits 22 and 23. The left lane is closed. So again, pack your patience if you're heading through that area. Checking out Fairfield County, volumes are up this morning. You see traffic starting to get a bit backed up there. You see that red forming 95 south. This is where that is. Bridgeport to Fairfield, going to take you 16 minutes. And you'll be cruising at 24 miles per hour. So pretty slow going. Meriden looking better. No problems there. Drive times elsewhere in our state, 91 south, Cromwell to New Haven, no problems, 26 minutes. Another peak outside of Fairfield and New Haven. New Haven's looking pretty good this morning. And one last check, East Hartford to downtown, only going to take you 6 minutes along 84 West. We'll have another update on traffic in about 15 minutes from now.
All right, 6:03 right now, and overnight storms left behind a trail of damage in Orange and in Milford. Members of the Orange Volunteer Fire Department say that they're dealing with several weather-related emergencies in town this morning. So listen up, they say Marsh Hill Road is closed right now between Executive Boulevard and then the Milford Town Line. This is because of downed trees and also power lines there. So make sure you're very careful if you head out, if you're going to be traveling through that area. Well, meantime, the search continues at this hour for a man who police say stabbed and killed someone near the town green. And police say this isn't the only deadly stabbing that they're investigating. Fox 61's Stephen Reels is live in New Haven with what investigators are saying. And Stephen, we know this happened in the middle of the day. What other details have you gotten from police?
Well, believe it or not, this really all started in the nearby library close to the New Haven Green before then it eventually spilled out into the middle of downtown. But really, police tell us that so far they haven't been able to figure out how this fight really did end up turning deadly and if the people who were involved actually knew each other. However, we do know that both the victim and the man who stabbed them were both said to have been regular visitors of the library. Staff actually there told police that this all seemed to start from a noise complaint of all things. But right now, like you said, the investigators are going over to find the man responsible for the stabbing. They're going over video and nearby photos to just put something together and get them in the right direction. But meanwhile, 30 minutes later and 3 blocks away, a second deadly stabbing happened at an apartment on Orange Street. Police say a woman was killed during a domestic violence incident, but unlike the first one, the man responsible has been arrested and is in custody. Now, the good news is the police say that these do appear to be isolated incidents. There doesn't seem to be a threat to the public at this time, but really due to the nature of what happened yesterday, they will be increasing their presence at both the library and the New Haven Green areas. Of course, for any updates on this case and more, you can follow along on Fox61.com and across all of our platforms. But for now, live in New Haven, Stefan Reels, Fox 61.
All right, Stefan, thank you. There's been a few incidents on the New Haven Green just this summer alone, so concerning. Thank you. 6:05. A Rocky Hill home suffered considerable damage early this morning after a lightning storm triggered a massive structure fire on Silo Drive. Police said they first responded to a burglar alarm at 1:30 in the morning, arriving to find heavy flames bursting from the second floor. Fire crews from Wethersfield, Newington, and Cromwell quickly joined the fight under a task force activation. A man is in the hospital after a crash outside Union Station in New Haven. Officers were on scene for several hours. Fox 61's Tim Lateau has the latest from New Haven. He has the details.
The intersection of Union and Columbus was blocked off because of that CT Transit bus versus motorcycle crash. Stepping out of the way to give you a better look at the scene that we saw on Wednesday night. Multiple police cars on scene, a lot of crime scene tape up, and the bus was stopped mid-turn as it was turning onto Columbus. The motorcycle was across the street on its side on the sidewalk over on Union. This impacted some commuters getting off the train by the train station just across the street. Police officers didn't have far to go to get to the scene. The police department's just down the block. And that driver of the motorcycle, according to the fire department, was taken to the hospital and was unconscious. The motorcycle was in multiple pieces laying on the ground across the street. One of those pieces appears to be the rear tire detached from the main body of the bike. Officers spent hours on scene, writing notes down on the clipboards, possibly doing some crash reconstruction. Still unclear what caused the crash. There's not any damage to that CT Transit bus that we can tell, but that motorcycle heavily damaged, laying on its side and across the street from the scene. And the driver of the motorcycle was unconscious when they were taken to the hospital, according to the fire department. In New Haven, Tim Lateau, Fox 61.
Tim, thank you. 6:08 right now, and a motorcyclist was seriously hurt after police say they crashed into a car. This happened at about 5:30 last night on Route 17 and Gospel Lane. That's right at the entrance of Portland Golf West. Police say this motorcyclist hit the side of an SUV that was turning left, was thrown off the motorcycle, landed in the road, and then was hit by another car. Officers say other minor injuries were reported.
Well, we learned new details in the Milford deadly home invasion that left one man dead and another woman seriously hurt. According to the arrest warrant, investigators say they believe the attack was retaliation after the surviving victim, identified as Sandra Cooper, fired an employee that she suspected of stealing money. Police say text messages show growing anger in the days leading up to the shooting. Ivan Barrios-Foreman and Stuart Lopez-Reyes are charged in the death of Frederick Werner and attempted murder of Cooper.
6:09 right now. Medical examiners say there is no foul play in the deaths of 3 people whose bones were found in a Burlington home, but they still don't know exactly how they died. The skeletons of Paul Bryan and Sally Cash were found in a Sandwich Lane home back in June. Investigators say they haven't figured out the manner or cause of their deaths because of how decomposed the bodies were. Carbon monoxide poisoning has been ruled out, but they say there is a possibility it could be malnutrition or hypothermia from cold exposure. Police say the new home buyer bought the home as is at a foreclosure auction, and the bones were found after. 2 people were hospitalized and a dog died after a house fire in New Britain. All this happened at a home on Dennis Drive just after 4 a.m. yesterday. Firefighters said that it started in the breezeway and it took them under an hour to put it out. We are waiting for word on how bad the injuries are and also how that fire started.
610 Windsor Locks is making another push to balance the budget after voters rejected it 6 times. The Board of Finance met last night to figure out what comes next. Town officials say nearly $2 million has already been cut since the first proposal last night. Leaders said they will consider more cuts to avoid operating on last year's budget. And that includes cuts to raises for non-union workers and reducing budgets for the fire and police departments. One person we spoke with believes not enough is being done about the cuts.
I believe that they are not taking the cuts seriously that the taxpayers are asking for. They are still letting the library have the $500,000 when they are a nonprofit.
Town officials said they will review the latest proposal before a referendum on August 25th. And still ahead on the Fox 61 Morning News, a steady leader in Connecticut politics has passed away. We'll take a look back at the life and legacy of former Lieutenant Governor Nancy Wyman.
Connecticut Sales Tax-Free Week is one of the biggest money savers for families, especially those buying back-to-school supplies. I'm Jamel Johnson. Coming up, I'll share what the state is doing to help you save even more money this year.